Yep. So, will I see it on where I'll see it on KQKI? Would it be events or just?
Muted.
All right. I want to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is John Trevino. I am the chairman of St. Mary Parish Recreation District 3. We are holding our monthly board meeting via teleconference and telephone since we would not have a quorum due to the limitations due to the COVID-19 precautions. Our thoughts and prayers are with everyone out there that everyone be safe and that this will be hopefully resolved as soon as possible. With that being said, I'll start with our roll call. And
unmuted.
All right. Be a little procedural on the teleconference. Okay. Ms. Bailey Barbier, you present?
Yes.
Mr. Paul Tholen, you present?
Yes.
Mr. Calvin Johnson, are you present?
Yes.
Mr. Lane Boudreau, are you present?
Yes.
Okay, we do have a quorum. We have 2 additional board members that will be joining our board next month. A little bit of administrative paperwork left to be done, and they will be Dr. Jeffrey Fitter and also Mr. Kenneth Alfred. So welcome them to the board. They will definitely be involved in our next meeting. Okay, next off, I'm going to go ahead and brief pause so we can say the Pledge of Allegiance. If you could follow me, please. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Well.
Thank you. All right. First off on the agenda, board members, have you had a chance to look over the minutes from our previous meeting, which was the February board meeting? We had canceled the March board meeting due to the COVID-19 precautions. So if you have been able to look over, review the minutes, do I have a motion to go ahead and approve the minutes as read?
I'll approve it.
All right, I got a motion. I got a motion from Ms. Bailey Barbier to approve the minutes as written for our previous board meeting in February. I have a second from Mr. Calvin Johnson. Any discussion? Okay, if there's no discussion, I'm going to do a roll call vote. Okay, Mr. Paul Tholen, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Lane Boudreau, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Mr. Calvin Johnson?
Yes.
And Ms. Bailey Barbier?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. Minutes from the previous board meeting have been approved. Next on the agenda will be the approval of the accounts payable. Now we have 2 sections of accounts payable. We have the payables for March and the payables for April. If we do not have a March meeting, we'll be doing approval for both sets of payables. All right, board member, you've had an opportunity to look over the payables for March and April. Is that correct? If so, do I have a motion to approve the payables for the months of March and April?
I'll make the motion.
All right, I got a motion from Ms. Bailey Barbier to approve payment of the accounts payables for the months of March and April. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All right, I have a second from Mr. Paul Tholen to approve the payables. Do we have any discussion? All right, if there's no discussion, we'll do a roll call vote. All right, Mr. Calvin Johnson, how do you vote?
Well, yes.
Do you vote to pay the bills?
Yes.
All right. All right, Mr. Lane Boudreau, how do you vote?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Paul Tholen
Yes.
and Ms. Bailey Borbier.
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. We pay the bills. All right, next on the agenda, we do not have any guest comments. However, I will give just a couple of brief comments about the current operation with the Recreation District.
Muted.
As you know, due to the president's Governor John Bel Edwards stay-at-home order, we have shut down the recreation facilities until sometime after the May 15th order that is currently in place. So we are still maintaining the grounds, maintaining the fields, keeping them cut, but due to COVID-19 precautions, all facilities are closed, be it the skate park, the baseball fields, and even the recreation center. Okay. All right. Next on the agenda, the Dix Youth Cooperative Endeavor
Unmuted.
is on hold. Uncertainty as of right now whether or not to proceed. However, if we do get word or notice about them attempting to have a season, we will be ready to work with them. Hospital grounds maintenance right now still pending a cooperative endeavor to where whether or not we will continue to maintain the grounds for the hospital, which used to be Fairview, which is under control of the parish government this time. More to follow. Hopefully by next board meeting, we'll have more information on that.
John,
Okay,
are we going to continue to cut grass pending?
yes, we are. We are pending just a final agreement. Got verbals from both the parish and from the assistant district. But until we get something in writing and shore it up, and I'll reach out to them this week to just to see. I know they got a lot going on, but we'll reach out to see if we can get some paperwork going. Okay?
All right.
All right. That being said, new business. This is something that basically when the COVID-19 precautions came through, we went ahead and we, as a board, did a straw poll. What I'm looking for is just a motion, just stating that we will agree to accommodate and use the guidelines from not only the governor's office on stay-at-home, but also CDC recommendations to where we can have safety not only for the employees of the district, but also for the workers, the public. So those two things in mind: safety of the public, safety of the employees of the district. And what we can do is obviously make a motion, and we can readdress the facility usage on May 15th. Somebody wants to pass a motion, or we can do that, and then May 15th we can reconsider opening back up the facilities per governor's guidance.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, I got a motion from Mr. Paul Tholen that we go ahead and limit the facility playground usage due to the governor's stay-at-home policy and guidelines, and continue until next reconsideration will be May 15th. Do I have a second?
Yes, Calvin, I'll second it.
I got a second for that motion from Mr. Calvin Johnson. Okay, is there any discussion? All right, we'll have a roll call vote for continue to limit the usage of the facilities and playgrounds. Mr. Lane Boudreau, how do you vote?
I vote yes.
All right. Ms. Bailey Barbier?
Yes.
All right. Mr. Calvin Johnson
Yes.
and Mr. Paul Tholen.
Yes.
All right, motion passes. All right, the next two items, we had been approached by the Kids Camp organization to utilize facilities. However, due to the stay-at-home policies and the other restrictions, we were unable to rent out the facility for daycare. We also have a multi-use facility here where the water district employees are still utilizing the Civic Center, even though they have we have locked the doors for their safety and the public safety. We're unable to, unfortunately, we're unable to accommodate the kids camp request. Cintas is utilize them for some services. At this time, I don't have any further information to give on that. We're going to gather more information, but just place it on the agenda just in case we had more information, make a decision on continuing use of their services. And I got to apologize because I'm keying in off of the March agenda. All right, okay, one big issue that we talked about and discussed, or should I say, took a straw poll between board members, was to help out the employees that could not work due to the stay-at-home provisions. So, as a board, and we had like I said, took a straw poll, and we had decided to continue to pay part-time employees an average weekly salary, okay, between the periods that ended March 31st and that ended April 15th. Okay, what I would like is a validation of that in a motion, that we have approval for that payment to both the pay periods to the part-time employees for an average weekly salary for the pay periods ending March 31st and April 15th. Can I get a motion? All right, do I have a motion?
I'll make the motion.
All right, I got a motion from Miss Bailey Barbier to go ahead and for approval to make those payments, average weekly payments to the part-time employees for the pay periods ending March 31st and April 15th, which were affected by the COVID-19 stay-at-home. Do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, I got a second from Mr. Calvin Johnson. Okay. Any discussion? All right, with no further discussion, I'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Lane Boudreau, how do you vote?
Yes.
All right, Mr. Paul Tholen, how do you vote?
Yes.
Mr. Calvin Johnson, how do you vote?
Yes.
And Ms. Bailey Barbier, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, motion passes. All right. Okay, the next consideration is that there is both state and federal unemployment benefits available. Part of the reason we paid the average the average weekly salaries to the part-time employee was due to the family of the COVID-19 Family First Coronavirus Response Act. So that kind of pulled us into to actually paying the first 80 hours of April. With that being said, as a district, since it's no fault to the employees that they can't work, however, there is an unemployment benefit that is available. So the motion I'm looking for is that while the district would like to pay employees, even though they're unable to work, there is a federal and state benefit available for them. So we're requesting the individuals file for unemployment, and if they are denied, or not eligible for unemployment, state and federal benefits, that they see us, and on a case-by-case basis, we may be able to work with them on continuing their average weekly salary. But in order to where we do not, one, penalize the employee by not allowing them to apply for benefits, that is the motion I'm looking for, that part-time employees will need to apply for unemployment benefits, and if they are denied unemployment benefits, then we will consider case-by-case to continue an average weekly salary. And we only have it's roughly eight part-time employees and range in hours, but most of them have already applied for unemployment. So if I can get a motion.
Go ahead then.
All right, so the motion I'm looking for, board members, is going to be approval to consider continued pay to part-time employees, case-by-case basis, only if they're denied federal unemployment insurance, which means if they're going to be receiving less unemployment benefits than what they would have received to an average salary from the district. Got a motion?
Yes, I make the motion.
All right. I've got a motion from Lane Boudreau. Do I have a second?
I'll second. Motion for, that's from
All right.
Calvin Johnson.
I got it. All right. I got a second from Mr. Johnson. Okay.
Got him back.
All right. Any discussion?
No, that's good.
All right. No discussion. We'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Paul Tholen?
Yes.
All right. Ms. Bailey Barbier?
Yes.
Mr. Calvin Johnson?
Yes.
And Mr. Lane Boudreau?
Yes.
All right. Motion passes. Okay. The other item we have, we had a basically self-propelled. We have a specialized commercial mower for the Central Park facility. If y'all pretty aware of the terrain there, the various hills and other areas that are different grades of ground. So the previous lawnmower no longer works, and we want a motion to go ahead and replace that with a commercial grade mower that has a not only the capacity, but it also comes with a commercial warranty. We got various quotes. I think if you want to discuss a little bit about it, Mr. Boudreau, I know
Does
you were
the-
kind of involved in that
Yeah.
process.
Does maintenance supervisor approve? I mean, he look at it, try it out, mess with it?
Right, so, yep. Okay, we're going in now, but yes, it was approved by the maintenance supervisor. So I can get board approval to go ahead and make that purchase.
You need a motion,
Yeah, if I can get a motion.
I make a motion that we purchase the mower.
All right, I got a motion from Mr. Lane Boudreaux to go ahead and make the purchase of the mower for the self-propelled commercial grade mower. All right, do I have a second?
I'll second it.
All right, I got a second from Mr. Paul Tholen. Okay. Any discussion?
John?
Yes.
This is Dr. Fitter. I finally figured out how to get into this meeting.
Hey, Dr. Fitter, good to have you on board. Hopefully, some of this, you got the packet in front of you, correct?
Yeah, I did. I had to have my
All right.
wife figure out how to get on. But what is the purchase? Do we have a purchase price for that mower?
Yeah, the purchase price, it's right. It's right with the we had some attachments that were added. It's right at $1,100, which is more expensive than the home personal self-propelled mowers that you're going to get. The big issue that we have with all of our equipment is that when we buy it and it is a residential, we lose the residential warranty because we are basically a company. So the most we can get out of some of the least expensive, and I want to say mowers with less features on them, we can get a 90-day warranty. That's it. The amount of use, and you know the amount of grounds we have in Central Park. Okay, so with the commercial grade, we get a 3-year warranty on that mower. Okay.
Okay.
Not only, yeah, so it's also built different, rubber wheels. It's got different clutch assembly for the self-propelled. It's rear self-propelled, and it's over 6 horsepower. So it's just I mean, it's good mower. I mean, maybe a little bit more than what I need in my house or your house, right? But of course, if you're familiar with the facility. Okay. Any other
That's fine.
questions? Yes, sir. All right. Any more? All right. So I think we complete the vote. You caught me off guard, Dr. Fitter.
I'm sorry.
All right, that's okay. You complete the vote? All right. Well, let's I believe we did. I'm sorry I can't rewind it, guys.
Yeah, we did.
Okay. All right, we completed the vote. Okay. All right, that being said, motion passes. Okay. The other 2 items that are just of note, of course, the AC went out in the kitchen area of the community center. We're not currently utilizing the space for any events. However, we're going to have AC Harris Refrigeration come and check it out on Wednesday, and see if they can figure out what's wrong. Hopefully it's something minor, and we made sure that it was they're just charging their normal rates. There's no COVID-19 premiums. Okay. Also, stove connection. It's just part of what we do. We bought the stove. It has arrived. We'll be having to get the stove connected, and we will get a registered plumber to do that. So it's just part of us setting up the stove in the kitchen and making sure it's safe and ready to use. Anything? There any other comments?
They're gonna bring the cool food.
Muted.
If there's no other comments, can I get a motion for adjournment?
Unmuted.
I'll
make that
motion.
All right, I got a motion from Ms. Bailey Barbier to adjourn the meeting. I got a second from Mr. Paul Tholen. Do I have any discussion? All right, roll call vote. All right, as far as the motion for adjourn, Mr. Lane Boudreau, how do you vote?
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Calvin Johnson, how do you vote?
Yes.
Paul Tholen, how do you vote?
Yes.
Ms. Bailey Barbier, how do you vote?
Yes.
Okay, with that being said, we'll adjourn this meeting, and thank you for listening, and be safe.